all of a sudden we had a big, massive day. I'm like, this happens every now and then. All right, what was it? Something kicked. And it was an article from 2011, and it was about some scientist. It was in PC World, but then they purged it. It's gone. So everybody, for some reason, they found it on my site. I was talking to Corbett about it, and he said, oh, yeah, go to archive.org or com or whatever it is, and you put that link into it, the old link, and it'll show up. And they have it archived there. So I copied that link, put it in the mid-page, and copied the entire article, because we usually just do a summary, a few paragraphs, and then you go read it if you want. But I just put the whole thing up there along with that other link. And what it was was an experiment that somebody did that, I don't even remember. It was in PC World, so it was like, some geek did something. And it was basically, as I remember it, it was 2 test tubes filled with distilled water. They got pure water. They put it in there, sealed it. One of them, they put some DNA in there of something. And then they put a magnetic field around it. They had coils around it and turned it on, and, for whatever reason. But anyway, the basic thing is after a period of time, they were able to detect the DNA in the pure capsule. It duplicated it into another test tube through quantum something, and they're going, whoa, what's up with this? They are doing their best to purge that article. Well, somebody found it on my site, and it just blew up. And I'm going, whoa, what the heck is this? It was 12 years ago. 11, 12 years ago that was it. And that happens a lot on my site. It's always some old but we have it on our servers. If they try and block it, or ISP, you're not allowed to, whatever the hell, we have it. After about 12 hours, we have all of our stuff. The entire site is duplicated on IPFS. So when you go to an article, especially if it's over, a day old or something, because we do it twice a day or every morning or something like that. Derek has it set up. It takes all of the stuff and then adds it to our IPFS. So when you click on that little icon at the bottom right of the picture, the main graphic, you'll see in parentheses it says IPFS. You click that, it comes up off of IPFS servers, interplanetary file share, and it can't be deleted. It's noted all around the world. So I'm going, nah. That concept, they don't like. And who's they? When you guys do all this, what are we up against?
There's competing factions for sure. That's a good question. I don't have a soundbite answer for you.
Well, you say competing factions, so it's not just one thing.
I guess you could say the main thrust or focus of Rich's work throughout the years has been looking at the Anglo-American establishment and going through the books of Carroll Quigley and Anthony Sutton, and the legacy of Cecil Rhodes, the Rhodes scholarships, and sort of the army that branched out around the world with the intent of bringing the colonies, particularly these American colonies, back under the loving embrace of the British Empire, arm around the shoulder, whatever.
King Charles III.
But through subversive means, so that we don't even really know that we're bent over and just acting as property managers for the British Empire.
What do you think's happening with when Charles becomes king? He's all WEF Epsteined up, and
he's kind of the origin. He was the origin of the Build Back Better thing that Joe Biden picked up on, or his people. I think it looks like he's definitely going to be seeing that he has a mandate from God, I suppose, to help us biological beings be improved upon and cured of that which ails us, which
opposition to them.
It might be our humanity. I'm not sure what. I can't speak for KC3, but I imagine he's going to try and do some big stuff here.
Oh, is that his name now? KC3, King
KC3.
Charles III?
It sounds like he's got a mean jump shot or something.
KC3. Hey, man, we got to call him something. Or not.
Call him Sausage Fingers.
Why is that?
Because he's got sausage-looking fingers. You didn't see the...
So we're going ad hominem, man. We're just going.
Ad hom, but we got stuff to back it up, so it's okay, right?
Well, I'm not so concerned. I mean, it's at some point you go, they're so transparent, bad, coercive, arrogant, elitist, that it serves our purpose. I mean, at some point you got to go, nuh-uh, and I go, nuh-huh, and then everybody's going, yeah, maybe you're right, uh-huh. And there's a bunch of uh-huh people going, I see. And how does that manifest in the people that go to autonomy? You're in your, 8th season, is it?
Season 8 just started, yep.
So with the people that signed up for the 8th season, how different are they from, say, the earlier ones?
I don't know that it's too different. There's just amazing people. There've been amazing people every season. I do think there might be a higher level, a higher caliber of people coming in that are more ready for it on a higher level, that aren't just participating in kind of the beta test. But that it originated with people from the Tragedy and Hope community, and it's very independent thinking people, very curious people, a lot of introverts, which is interesting. We talk about that a lot, and that's that is part of the process of coming through that course. It helps a lot of us, myself included. Look at me.
Yeah, do you feel what's the word? Grown, matured, awakened? I mean, what do you think would be the word that would apply to you most?
Well, all three of those, I'd say, certainly begun the awakening process. And I know you wanted to, maybe we could kind of tie this in, because we didn't really get to prepare, but I know you wanted to do that kind of back and forth, comparing our awakening journeys. Maybe we could do that
go,
here.
man.
But we'll come back to that. But I awakened, matured, gained a lot of confidence. I think hanging out with you and doing these shows with you, and as you said, kind of having a big footprint here where we are has helped kind of take that to another level. Got a lot more confidence and more of a sense of the value that I have to offer, and that was something I was talking about the other day with my friend James. I think people prior to coming through that course, they may have these blind spots of the value, unique value that they have to offer the world, and it's at least Rich would argue, and I'd agree that it's because of the education system and how it was designed and why it was designed, and it's not really broken. It's kind of working the way it's supposed to, because it wasn't designed to educate people generally. It's designed at some levels to educate people, but those are the people that are, the managers, the high-level managers, and most of us, we're meant to just be kind of dumbed down and prepared for slotting into certain roles in life, and we're given this path. We're given a script to follow that we didn't write, and that's something that Rich often quotes John Taylor Gatto, saying, if you don't write your own script in life, you're going to be playing a part in someone else's play. So that this autonomy course helps many of us kind of come to that realization, if we haven't already, and work through that, and drop the shackles of learned helplessness, and sort of move on to recognizing the infinite potential that we all have, and igniting that potential, and discovering all that value that you do have to offer to the world, and then being able to transact in the marketplace through conversations with people and finding out what they need help with, what are they trying to achieve, and how you can help them achieve it. And if you can't, who can?
What do you mean, if you can't, who can?
Well, maybe I don't do that thing, but I know my buddy knows how to do that thing, so let me put you in touch with him.
Networking. The power of Captain Mark, a secret power. He knows a guy and gal. This is what I feel I've seen probably more beneficial in the decades I've been doing this, is I accumulate relationships with people that, obscure stuff you would, it'd be 3 years and I go, I know a guy that could help with the what, and we put them together and stuff happens. That's been a real, and I get criticized a lot. You should be getting more wealthy. You should do this. You should do that. You should do. I go, yeah, but then I have to compromise this. I have to spend time on that. I'd have to platform this. I'd have to give up that. And I have a path, and it's everybody's all about privacy, and I'm for publicity. I need some publicity. I need some permanency of data. It doesn't matter what you do, because when it matters the most is when it's gone. And I've seen that way too many times. And I just, nope, until we have permanency of data. That's why, James Corbett and I are, so in lockstep on this. I mean, we have difference of opinion, but, oh, yeah, tomorrow I got to do a Corbett show. This is what's going to happen. He's did his special documentary on, Elon Musk, the scumbag, or whatever he calls it,
Yeah.
And I haven't thrown him under the bus yet, but, yeah, I got questions. I mean, there's definitely, some answers that I need, but the one thing is I wrote him a thing. I said, you didn't spend enough time. My biggest concern is this, and they go, we're going to talk about it, man. He's searching it up, man. We're going to get some tomorrow. He's going to convert me tomorrow, and it's on the Dojo chip. What he's done is he's created a new hardware architecture in computer chips that puts an entire computer on a chip. It's like a Raspberry Pi on a chip, and you just get, of course it's way stronger than that, but it's an entire computer on a chip. Then you just put a bunch of those chips in parallel into a tile, then a bunch of tiles. I mean, it gets to the point that, and I remember this as a concept in the 90s, we need to do parallel computers. People were putting computers together and networking them so that they would share CPUs or something. And this is kind of what they're doing. It's just they're making as much power on one single chip as they can. And they have the technology now to do this. And then they mass produce a boatload of those chips, then put them in towers. And it's just like they're doing with their mega packs for their batteries. We got this battery. It's a little battery. We put it in a pack, it does a car. We put it in a bigger pack, it does a house. We put a bunch of them together, and it does a city. I mean, that kind of thing. Well, they're doing the same thing with computers. And I'm going, this is the benefit/threat, I think, of what Tesla and Musk is about. And I don't think you spend enough time on this. And he's like, oh, I got something for you. That's part D. So so tomorrow he's going to learnify me on Elon, and I run away. But, yeah, when you got a brain chip connected to your Model Pi, Tesla phone connected to the Starlink connected to their Dojo Super AI, and you're done. You might as well just call Klaus Schwab and say, we're finished. Here's the button, push it. So I do have some concerns, but I am inspired by so much tech that's coming and how we can, and it's. The audience knows that I've been on a kick. I go, when you can have access to good shelter, land, water, food, communication, then I'm out. I'm out on the Lone Prairie. I've been waiting on Starlink or something like it. I mean, there's going to be whatever, how far up he's up Uncle Sam's butt, we'll find out. But, disability, we're out in the middle of nothing here, and I'm getting, pretty good bandwidth. Better than most. I mean, how's it working for you? You're on a Starlink doing your Grand Theft World.
Yeah.
How's it working for you?
It's working out. As I said, sometimes some of the streaming sites, I get drops and buffering and people complain, but then I get people commenting like, "Oh, I had no problem." So I don't know exactly what's going on. I don't know if we get messed with. We've had a lot of YouTube channels deleted and the stream. We got it. Oh, wait a minute!
We're
hunting flies.
Got a
save and toy in here.
Boom! Dead. I got a bug assault. Shoot salt out of this pump action. Whatever.
I got to get one of those.
I know. Is that cool or what?
Yeah.
So the fly had been bugging. Done. Gotcha. Technology, man. You know how I got that? It was bitching on the radio. We had so many flies. I'm going, man, are we at the top of the food? We ain't figured this out yet. I take care of flies. Donna got that for me and Bob. He got one. We got lasers on it, and he was sad for there were no more flies to kill. Open the door, But then she complains about the salt everywhere. So Scott's downside. But tech. I mean, what's the tech that you haven't even been thinking this way. For so long. I mean, now you start to see the power of decentralization down to the individual. What does that mean to you? What are you looking for? And it starts with where? You got to have some land. Somebody get something. I mean, what kind of living environment or climate, or you want to be mobile and you want a summer and winter home, or what are you thinking?
Well, yeah, to be determined. I mean, that's a complicated subject and involves my other half. And long term, I don't know. Tennessee might not be too bad. I know some cool people living there and some cool people moving there in the future, perhaps. And I like it up here. To me, the value is the people and what's kind of established and what there is to learn and what skills can be learned. So, for a period of time, I see this as immensely valuable to hang out around here, and then maybe it can take that experience and go elsewhere and you find maybe a more perfect spot. But as far as this is kind of a little slice of paradise if you look at it the right way.
Well, we went to talk about the Harvest Festival. We went over at Phil and Emily's. They're a couple that run the dairy, and they just have, I don't know, a dozen cows or something. They got, gallons and gallons of milk that we're scarfing up. And they have a home that they got acreage out there, and they farming, and they do, Phil's like the general supervisor contractor up here for a lot of this stuff. And then Emily, his wife, she comes and does dinners and stuff. But they have a whole farm that they run with their 7 kids. Yeah. And they had a harvest festival Saturday.
Yeah.
And they... it was a party. Tell the people about what you think of that.
It was a party. I loved that. I'm so glad I was here. I wish Candace could have checked it out. It was amazing. We come up and there's axe throwing and BB gun shooting and I don't know what else going on.
Yeah, all the kids are over there throwing tomahawks,
pumpkin carving, and
shooting guns and stuff.
Yeah, there's a hayride for some of the kids, and then Dave was over there pressing apples, making cider right there. We had hot cider. We had a whole lineup of potluck of soups and stews from people in the community. And Phil was over there on the pit barbecue, just grilling up endless slabs of beef and cutting it up for us. And then we had a table with a dozen bottles of raw milk, and I was like, this is good living.
Yeah.
And then we had some music from the family there on the farm, and then some line dancing with the kids there from that community, and that was fun to watch. That was just like, this is a good time. This is a down home.
Yeah, you watch the kids. They're dancing, they're playing. And, I mean, this was the things I remember when I was a kid. You had groups, clubs, family, whatever the heck when I was a kid in Florida. And the kids were just left to go, man. Don't kick the bull in the balls. I mean, that won't work. But go have fun. And they did. And they had a big pole barn that they're building for stuff that they're doing. But and Emily sang. Their oldest sons played guitar. And Lawrence was like, "Yeah, where's my guitar? I can go play." And then and that's another thing. You know, we come up to the gym. They have a game room up here. It's like it's like we should have had a decathlon of whatever. You know, it's got air hockey, you know, bar, shuffleboard, big table thing, a pool table, a ping pong table, a lot of board games, dart boards. And we should have a round robin, you know, and see who's the super stallion of all the games, you know, keep score or something, but we never do that. But because we're always, I don't know, doing shots, and, having fun. I mean, doing whatever.
Tasting tequila.
Yeah, tasting. I take a shot and they go, whoa, whoa, whoa.